Okay, now we are going to talk about tolerating textures, like making things like texture activities. So if your student is working on just the goal is like to just tolerate textures. Um, so let's see. One of the first things you can do is you can buy commercial products. So let me show you a couple, and then one of them is this um, matching textures. So you can use it just if they're exploring the textures. You can use these little pieces. If they're matching them, then you can work with them for matching. This one's really old, so some of these kind of feel the same now. But you can have those, or you can make your own. And so, let's see. When I made my own, I did stick it out here. The first thing I did was put Velcro on them so that I could attach them to this little plastic picture frame. So that way I could put it up like that, and then I could have the student, I could give the student two different textures, and I actually need one that matches. Two different textures, and see if they could find one that matched. So you could do that, or you could just have them fill them if they're just, like I said, you're just working on the textures. This is a piece of like felt cloth. This is a ribbon. It was like Christmas ribbon, I think. This was also a ribbon, but underneath it I took hot glue and put little bumps so it would feel bumpy. And let's see. Then this was actually a pair of pants that I cut and just used the cloth from them. The back of all these is cardstock that I laminated to make it a little more durable. This is sandpaper here. I'm sure I have one that matches it somewhere. This is the stuff you put in your drawer liners, like drawers, you know, that kind of stuff you put in your cabinets and your drawers. This is also a ribbon. There it is. And this is also one. These are the, I was working on really close colors, as you can tell. You can't really tell these much apart. Pink, and they're pink and purple. But these are, you can get them at Walmart. It is, it's like the foam, except for this is the, this has glitter foam on it. And I think it's about maybe 40 cents for the thing. Then let's see. Then I did put some little bears, some counting bears on some of them. And then these are game chips, or poker chips, as some people like to call them. And then here I was working on just the dangly things hanging down. But you might want to watch that if your child likes to eat beads. So that's a way you can make your own instead of purchasing one. And you just need a little cardstock and just whatever you have at your house. You can cut up old clothes. You can, if you want to do fur, you can cut up a teddy bear or something if you have it. You can do lots of different things. Then let's see. You can also buy, these were bought. So if you saw a previous video on Tactile books, where I had made the Brown Bear Tactile, then you could do the same kind of thing with these for your own cards, or you can purchase them if you just like spending money on them. But as you can see, they have different kinds of textures in them. But if nothing else, it might give you an idea. I do try to, usually when I make mine, I do try to use the same texture for the same thing over and over. So for example, if I was going to use this texture for turtle, then I try to use that over and over for turtle so that it makes it a little easier for the student, which can be hard to remember, to be honest. But then let's see. Then if you're not at the matching stage, although you could do this with matching too, I just didn't. When their student is first learning we're working on textures, I had made these texture boards, and I think you can buy a commercial version. This was just, I'm not even sure what kind of wood this is, but and then I cut it and sanded the edges to make them round. But these are foam shapes. You can purchase them or you can cut them out of foam. These, this is just a string. We were working on following the lines, which would be a pre-braille skill. These had more feathers, but a lot of them have come off. These were cinnamon sticks. They used to smell. I don't think they have much smell anymore. These were different pieces of Velcro. And then my favorite is just, it had these beads, but they're just so smooth. I always liked these. My student did too. I had to replace those beads. Glue those beads back down quite a few times. Then I also ran across these. I'm not exactly sure what they were. They look like they might have been sanding blocks or something. I'm really not sure what they were, to be honest. But anyway, I put sandpaper on the back of them because we were working on smooth and rough. And so this one is supposed to be smooth. It's smoother than the others. And then these are kind of rough. This one doesn't really have much of a sandpaper feel, but this one is pretty sandpapery. So if you find things, if you just run across things, you can do those also. If you're looking for, you will see there are some textured rolls. I've seen them before. I can't remember where I saw them at. But instead of purchasing them, I decided I would make my own. And so let me put them here for you. And I got them, they're just different kinds of cloth. And I put them on, instead of it looks like paper towel rolls, but if you look inside it really closely, you can see it. Actually, you probably see it better in one like this. Then it's a firmer kind of tube. I think it would be more like one of those mailing tubes that you get stuff in through the mail. But the first one here is like a felt cloth. This one is actually came out of a wallpaper sample book. This is burlap. I'm not sure where this cloth. It kind of looks like it may have come from like a Tactile wallpaper book, also maybe. This is just like a really smooth kind of cloth. The only problem is when I put the glue on, it turned it. Oops. Sorry about that. It turned it so that it you can feel all these ridges in it, which turned out good, but that was not what I was intending. I was intending it to be very smooth. This one was a pair of jeans, whole pair of jeans I cut up. This one has sandpaper around it. This one is the same fuzzy cloth that was in Brown Bear. This one's just another kind of cloth. This one is, oh, I went my camera again. Sorry about that. Just not having a very good time with that today. And this one was a piece of like upholstery ribbon kind of stuff. Couldn't think what the word I was looking for. And this one is like that leathery kind of like pleathery type stuff. But okay, you get to see my mess I have back there. What you can do is, I used to have mine on a, if you remember those magazine racks, that's what they're called. They have one. I had to get mine at a thrift store because I don't know that they really even sell them anymore. But it's a magazine rack that has dowels on it, and you can put those on there, and then the children can move them, and it works really well. If you are trying to make something tactile at the last minute, really quickly, if you've not heard of these are called Wiki Sticks. And they are like string coated in wax, and so it sticks to things. So you can make things tactile very easily with these. And I think that is about it for now. If you, when I come up with something else, I will make another video.